now doing, we are working on a project called Earth Biogenome Project Hong Kong, which is a project led by the CUHK, including all 8 local universities in Hong Kong. What we're trying to do is to catalog the biodiversity that we have in Hong Kong, including animals, plants, fungi, and in some particular aspect, we also include microorganisms. What we're trying to do is not to only catalog, but we are also going to do, what we're going to do is to sequence their genomes to provide genomic resources for current researchers and also for the researchers in the future. I think I would like to point out a collaborative effort that we have done throughout all 8 universities. We asked the citizens to nominate the genomes or the biodiversity that they find interest. And then the citizens have come up with 10 species with ecologically important, biologically important, or environmentally important, like they have a very high conservation values. So after choosing these 10 species, so we have sequenced their genomes. So unlike the traditional study, what people do, once you have a genome and then you try to study the genome in detail, we do something similar to the rest of the world. I mean, like the Earth Biogenome Project in the United States, in Europe, in Africa, elsewhere, or like the Darwin Tree of Life in UK. We immediately release these genomes as a free genomic resources for everyone, not only in Hong Kong, but also in the nearby region and also throughout the world. We'll be able to use it freely. So this is what we see as the new generation of how we do data sharing in order to better understand the biodiversity and also do conservation together. Because after all, what we need is not just academics. We need everyone, different stakeholders, from academics, from NGOs, government, and citizens, to all will be able to access the resources together. So this is something that we are doing right now. I think it's not only mine, but actually, generally speaking, Earth Biogenome Project in the United States, or the Darwin Tree of Life in UK, or the Earth Biogenome Project in Europe are very well known to people, to citizens. But in Hong Kong, in Asia, people will find, why do you want to do that? I think we have a huge knowledge gap, or we need to educate our citizens or other stakeholders the importance of doing such. Because this is a project that has been described as the moonshot project for this century, for the biology, not only in Hong Kong, but throughout the world. So it is necessary for Hong Kong scientists and also all the scientists nearby in order to join this very meaningful project for the current generation and also our future generations. That's a fantastic question. Earth Biogenome Project, it's divided into several phases. The first phase is just sequencing genomes, okay? But actually in the other phases, in the later phases, for example, if we want to do environmental protection, not only we understand the biodiversity inside or whether their subpopulation will be enough from a biological angle, we need, for example, people in architecture, people in social science, people in humanities, citizens, different stakeholders like NGOs, government, all this to come into together in order to provide a sustainable solution for our development. In the future, what we need is a sustainable solution based on scientific facts, and also with the buy-in and agreement of everyone. The best way to do that is to gather all the knowledge from different fields in order to get the right solution before we actually put to do and plan something. That's what we want to do in the future. So that's why whether interdisciplinary research are needed, yes, absolutely.
Sure. So our lab is Built Environment and Energy Laboratory. So our research is mainly about environment and energy in the built environments, such as our buildings or transportation vehicles like MTR trains or airplanes. Okay. So basically, we try to improve our living environment without consuming too much energy. Okay. More specifically, recently we are working on the advanced air filters. so that we can use that in our either ventilation system or in our air cleaners, in the buildings or the transportation vehicles, so that we can improve the air quality in those built environments, but at the same time with lower energy consumption. So recently, the technology we are using is so-called electron spinning. So we use this technology to fabricate a so-called nanofiber air filters. Okay. So compare with the traditional HEPA filters. So this kind of filter has the lower pressure drop, which means that we can use less energy to provide the same quality of air cleaning. So we found that it's very useful for creating a healthier environment. Actually, there are quite a lot of challenges, and one of the biggest challenges will be how can we really transform the laboratory research into the real application. So in the lab, we can do all kinds of tests and fabricate different kinds of filters. And then in the laboratory test, we find, okay, the performance is very good. But when we really apply into the real applications, the results may be different from the laboratory. So that's something that we find very challenging. And then I think for engineering field of research, we really need to put our research outcome into the real application to test, to see whether it is really working. And so we are spend a lot of time to work on this to make sure that the research we have been doing can be really used in the real applications. Yeah, that's very, very important. Okay, just take this air filter research as an example. So we do need the expertise in the air cleaning, air filtration for sure. Right? We need to know the mechanism of those particle capture, particle removal. But we also need expertise from material science, because we need to really make the filters. So actually in this work, I collaborated with my colleague with background in material science. And also, when we try to apply the filters in the real applications, we need to use it in, say, mechanical ventilation system that's related to mechanical engineering. So we also need experts in the mechanical engineering, in the building systems, so that we can really make things work. I think first, as I mentioned, in terms of the research, we collaborate with experts in different fields, including material science, mechanical engineering, robotics, etc. And in terms of the industrial collaboration, we have been working with the Boeing company, so that we have that aircraft cabin research, because they also want to, improve their cabin environment. And recently, we are about to have a project with the MTR group, so that we will try to improve the MTR train environment. So we take the MTR every day, so we also try to improve the environment.